I just thought everybody knows how to make bacon and eggs.
It's going to make a beautiful salad.
Oh, see, I put them off where the coals are. I'm making a potato salad that has no carbs in it. You know, sometimes we're lulled into thinking that the convenience foods in boxes and cans is convenient. Well, guess what? Whole food is more convenient because you don't have a lot of ingredients, and I'm going to show you one right now. See this? This is a frozen piece of Copper River salmon. It was caught in the waters of Alaska. I have a fisherman that catches them for me, and then he flash freezes them, and I get them just like this. This kind of reminds me of, you know, some kind of European game they play. But this guy will serve, this is 1/2 of him. That'll serve 2 people. No, 4 people. There's his back side. There's the skin side. Can you spell Google? That's how I found this fisherman. You can search around and find fishermen that'll do this for you. I don't know the guy personally. I'm just part of a co-op that we all put our money together, and the guy fills his boat with fish, and then we all get it. When the fish was thawed and not hard anymore, I cut it into 4 slices, and I lined a baking dish, you can see, with some heavy aluminum foil, and then that pan isn't even going to get dirty at all. And I've got my 4 pieces in here, and I'm going to add first lemon juice, and I squeeze my own lemons. As you can see, that bowl of lemons in the background. And I'm going to add about a tablespoon of lemon juice. It's going to go in the bottom of the pan. Then I'm going to add about a tablespoon of olive oil. Just kind of drizzle it over the fish, like that. And then, of course, Lowry's goes so good with fish. And it'd be about 1/4 teaspoon. Like that. And about 7 winks of pepper, maybe 8. Then I have rosemary, goes so good with fish. And I have rosemary growing out on my deck. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it and go like this over the, and that kind of breaks up all the little leaves. My hands are going to smell like rosemary, which I love that smell. Like that, and then I'm just going to set it in there. Then I fold up the foil. We're going to bake this at 375, and I'm going to check it about midway, about 10 minutes into the baking. I'm going to check it to see, you can tell if it's done or not because it quits looking translucent. It starts looking opaque. Translucent, like sushi is when it's raw fish, you can sort of see through it. It's clearer, and then the cooking makes it chalky looking. So you'll see that one. So that's ready to go in the oven. I sealed this really tightly so through the cooking it's not going to smell like fish in my house. Most of the time I barbecue my salmon, but we'll do that another time. So did you see how easy this was to do? It took me about 3 minutes. And it would take you that long to open a can of salmon, and would it taste as good as this? No. Now, if you cook this the way I do and check it so that it doesn't get overcooked, there's nothing worse than dry salmon. You want it moist, and it's so good if you don't overcook it. So that means checking it and making sure. And I'll show you exactly the look when it's cooked and not cooked too much. Okay, see how this is kind of a brighter pink and this is dull? That's cooked, but this isn't quite cooked yet. So we want to cook it some more, and this time I'm going to leave this open and it'll kind of do the top, but it's almost done. See, it's squishy too, and that's another sign it's not quite done. My guess on this is another 7 minutes, but I'm going to watch it because I don't want overcooked salmon. We want it moist and delicious. So it's been about 7 minutes. I'm going to check the salmon. Well, it looks done, and you can see that it's all opaque now. There aren't those bright pink places. And it's done. They're nice, they're not gushy, it's firmer, but not too firm. It's perfect. I don't like the skin showing, so I will take the first one, put it on there like that, and it will peel right off. And then I'd turn it over to this prettier side. This salmon is so moist. I can see now that it's going to be perfect. There, that's off. It's also going to cook just a little bit more when you take meat out of it. The heat, it does keep cooking for a little while, but this is not going to cook too much. This thinner one here, the tail end here isn't as thick as that center part, but it's still going to be fine. I don't like fish skin. Some people do. I don't like it. Reminds me of a snake or something. You could save this skin and put it into a fish stock if you wanted to. I just don't want to right now. I don't want to right now, and you can't make me. I'm going to wrap this all up and throw it in the garbage and get it out of the house so that it doesn't stink up my house with fish smell. Look at that, and no pan to clean. If you've seen the garden video that I did, because my garden failed, she's shouldn't do gardens unless they have a lot of help, but I can grow parsley because it's a weed and it grows right outside my door. And it's so pretty, especially with fish. That looks nice. And there it is.
Adore who you are. Adore where you are. Adore who you're with.